going wrong, I wonder? I'm streaming. Sorry if I confused you. Hard to see, but it's working. All right, let's go track that down. I think I'm just gonna make that white. Oh, jeez, you know what? I'm not logged into Perforce. There we go. Cool. Yeah. Check that out. Oh, that's It's worse. It's so subtle. I really should have set up some sort of parameter for the outline width or something, like the thickness. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, whoops. Oh, you know what? I think there's an instance of this. Oh, why'd I close that? I should have kept it open. There we go. Ah. Oh, I do have. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm just dumb. Let's do 4. Yes, check out the file. Let's see how that looks. That's still really hard to see. Wow. Maybe there's an alpha property. Maybe that's too transparent. Pretty much. That looks pretty much the same. Okay, back to. Do a green color again, really obnoxious green. Oh, I'm not seeing anything different. I gotta change the material. Here we go. That was still set to the base material for that, not the instance. Ah, yes, okay. That looks much better. Still think I might crank up the thickness though. Okay, but now I got that working. Let's try with red. Now that I know what I'm doing. Ah, okay. Now let's try white. Nah, too subtle. Too subtle. Oh no. Maybe post-process effect affects the outline. It's really hard to see. See, I still can't pick this one up. Oh, but I can still pick that one up. That's weird. Something broke. Well, at least I know why the material wasn't working before. I got that fixed. So now I just gotta make this actual mechanic work correctly. Alright, so here things are working as expected. I can pick this up. I can switch universes and then it's still here with me. I can drop it. That works. But which one I can interact with never changes, so I need to do something about that. And I need to fix the outline to work in both universes because this post-process effect is making it just totally white. Can't even see it. See, I can still pick this up even though it's not here. It's in the other universe right now and I can still pick it up. Okay. So something's not working correctly. Let's take a look at my hideous, dirty prototype blueprint. Hastily thrown together. That's okay, that was the idea. Make it work, then make it work nicely. This makes me think I may just want to redo the usable actor functionality. It's very weird. I think I based it on a tutorial or something at the time, because I was still pretty new to Blueprint. Why are we doing this? This seems ridiculous. Well, actually, never mind. I remember why it's doing it that way, because I have an is valid check here. Well, not. It's similar. Why don't I just use a valid check for this, I wonder? Let's see what that does. Still can't pick that one up. Still can pick that one up. But, I still get warnings, or errors actually. Oh, because it's getting none. Getting a null value from last usable actor. And from... oh, when I'm detaching, I see. That's... where am I? Oh, wrong blueprint. Ah. Interesting. I see. Now I see where those errors are coming from. take one more look at this. Oh. Interesting. Alright, so when I grab this, when I press the E key, whether I'm trying to grab something or not, is checking this, am I holding one of these things? So if I'm not, we're gonna try to get the usable actor we're looking at. Maybe that's where I'm mistaken. Oh no. Okay. Getting that actor. And then we're checking if it's valid or not. If it is, we're checking if it's usable. If it's usable. Let's take a look at that. Where are we getting that value from, I wonder? So it's a property of the usable actor. Oh, here we go. Unused, we make it unusable, which turns that off, but only for a set amount of time. Huh. Okay. So let's say I hit the E key while it's unusable, then we're hitting this and it's false and it does nothing. Okay, so then the logic should end there if that's the case. Let's see. Pull out this graph so I can bug it. Let's see. Oh. Select the character. Okay. See. Seem to be working the way I thought it would. Okay, well, let's continue. If that's true... Wait, so what sets this to true, I wonder? Let's go find that out. Oh. See if I can just watch this value. That'd be pretty cool. Isn't there a way to do that? Oh, I could add a breakpoint. Oh no, that's not what I want to do. Let's try adding a breakpoint there. Doesn't look like that's ever firing. Oh, I wonder. Oh, because I'm overriding that, of course. So of course that wouldn't work. Well then. Okay, now that I figured that out, let's keep going down this rabbit hole. So, does that mean this is just true all the time by default? Default value, yeah, the default value for that is true. So in that case, why are we even checking for that at this point? Interesting. Okay, so if I'm not holding a flipper, let's maybe change the way we're doing this logic here. So if we're not holding it, we're gonna get the usable actor. If there is one, then I think we still want to fire unused because that's what we overrode to add this functionality. Component. Yes, this is where we're attaching it to the player, sort of picking it up, so to speak. Okay, so we still want to do that. And this graph makes me nauseous. Okay. What was that? Ionia Andalou, thanks for the follow. I probably butchered that name. I'm sorry. Andalou. Ionia Andalou. Maybe that's closer. Maybe. I hope so. Oops, I've gotten lost. Okay. What was I doing? Ah. Debugging. Okay, so when I grab this, oh, I see. I have broken this? Interesting. Don't worry about it. Didn't really scare me, but I was kind of like focused and I was like, whoa, hey, somebody's here. Good to have you. Thanks again. Alright, so... Okay, let's go back to what I had before since I messed this up. Undo buffer, don't fail me now. Oh. I had a reference to the character. Okay. Wait, how do I redo? Nothing to redo. Ugh. Okay. Fine. That's fine. Just manually. It's not that big of a deal. It's okay. Let's do that. I'll put that over there. And this should... Okay. I think that's what I'm doing. I think that's what I did wrong. Okay, yeah, I can pick it up again. That's good. Good, good, good. Ionia, so what I'm doing is, if you haven't, I don't think you've been here before, so I probably should show you the core mechanic for the game first. So the main mechanic for the game is that there is this alternate universe, and there are some things that are in that alternate universe that you can't get to. But you can see I have, there's these platforms that are here. You can kind of see there's like a hint that there's platforms there that I can't use. They're kind of grayed out. But I can switch to the alternate universe whenever I want. So here, I can switch, and now I can walk on these platforms. Here, I'll show you if I try to walk on this one, I just fall through. There's nothing there. So the idea is that you have to use this ability to switch universes to kind of navigate through the space, like so, right? So that's the main mechanic for the game. And what I'm working on right now is I have an idea for a mechanic where there are certain objects, like let's say this sphere, these spheres here. But there are special objects that, you know, right now they're working as expected. There's one that exists in the original universe and one that exists in the alternate universe. And I can switch and I can see them, interact with them. But I have this idea for a mechanic where there's a special object that I can pick up, and when I pick it up, it comes with me into the other universe. It changes the universe that it lives in. And then I can even drop it here, and now those are both in the same universe. So yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. It's being a little finicky, but I just started prototyping it yesterday? Or 2 days ago. 2 days ago, yeah. Pretty sure. So I'm still kind of in the middle of getting it to work correctly, getting the kind of behavior that I want. Right now I'm kind of trying to debug why I can't pick this one up. There's something going on there. I can still pick this one up, which is good. And I'm getting some errors too sometimes, so I'm kind of trying to rework things now to be a little cleaner and to get rid of those errors, and also figure out why I can't pick up this other guy here. So, let's see. Okay, so the errors, I think, are happening because... Well, let me see if I can fit this. It's hard to fit this on one monitor at the same time, but I'm gonna try. See how it looks on stream. Oh, that's not too bad. Could be worse. Yeah, okay, that's not too bad. So, while I play, Unreal has this thing where it lets you see your blueprints kind of. I can see my scripting here running in real time. So, I don't know how well you can see that, but right there you can see in the middle here. That's the graph. That is the script for when I press the E key to try to pick up an object. So you'll see when I press that key that some of those wires light up. So it kind of shows me in real time like the whole like execution flow of the script, which is really handy for debugging because I can see if something's going right, or if it's like if the script is stopping too soon or not doing what I want it to do. So when I pick this up, it should go that way. So you can see if I pick it up and then I don't focus on it and I look down and I try to press E again, that's when I'm getting that error. Pick it up, look down, get that error, and you can see what's going on is it's going up through here and it's stopping at this node for some reason. That's weird to me. I don't know what's going on there. I think it's because it says that it's getting an access none error, which means that I tried to access a property and it returned like a nothing value, a null value. So I'm trying to figure out why that is. Probably because I'm gonna bring this back in. Oh, whoops. What have I done? Forgot to stop testing. There we go. So this is like returning a null value. So I guess because of that, it's stopping at this node. It's not going any further here. Which is weird, because if it's not going any further, then how is it setting the new location? Oh no, of course, it's not. When I get that error, it's doing nothing. Alright, I'm gonna take a closer look at this. Okay, so I pick it up, look down. Oh, it makes it a little bit further than I thought, actually. It doesn't stop at the detached node. How far does it go? Let's see. It gets to the cast node. Oh, okay, so I don't have anything plugged into cast failed. Let's do that. Let's print a message to the screen when the cast fails. The cast has failed. Oh, filed. I can spell. Let's try that. Pick it up, down. Ah, the cast has failed. Okay, so that's where that is breaking. I see. And that's because it's casting this last usable actor to... It's checking to see if it's a flipper and it's getting an access none. This value is empty at that point. Okay. Let's find out why that is. So we're constantly looking for the actor in front of us to see if it's a usable actor that we can interact with the E key. So when I end focus, when I look away from a usable actor, and focus, I would love to just see what the value is of last usable actor. That would be handy. So let's do this. Get display name, and then print string. Oh, this is getting really crowded. Whatever, it's just temporary. It's all good. And let's set this to a duration of 0. Handy trick if you are printing a string on tick, like every frame, obviously that can just fill up the screen and with all these messages, makes it kind of hard to read. If you set the duration to 0, then it just has one line. Never like prints a bunch of other lines, it just has one line, but it's still on every frame, so that line will just update. The value will just update. Not really usable all the time, like if you're checking to see different values, I guess. But if you're like checking something simple, like true or false, or like a vector or something like that, then it can be really handy. So, oh, that's not even doing anything, it looks like. Unless the, oh, maybe it is. Maybe that value is just nothing. Oh, okay, yeah. There we go. So you can see, like, right up here in the top left, it's printing that debug message when I look over that actor. I see. Alright, let's see. Okay. So that probably shouldn't be relying on that variable then, since it could be empty when I'm not looking at something. So, where is that? Here we go. I should probably... I know what to do. God, I need to make some room. Let's drag this stuff over here. There we go. That'll probably help a little bit. Let's see. Bring up the pause menu stuff. Crosshair. Okay, and then I think for now I'll move this kind of over a bit so I can make it taller, because I could really use some vertical space here. So let's see. Drag that down. Drag this up. Probably gonna need something like this. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. So goodness. What is happening? Oh, that's my cast failed thing. Okay. I'll leave that. Let's see if we can't clean this up at least a little bit. Not the code, but just the graph. Just the graph. Just the layout here. Down. That there. Okay, so first of all, before I get too deep with that, let's select all that stuff. Oh, actually, I'm running out of room. Crapola. Okay. I don't have much room, but I'm gonna move that over a bit. And before I try to do any of that, I'm gonna check to see if this is a valid reference to an object. Because if it's not, then we shouldn't even be trying to detach, because there's nothing to detach. So let's do that. Let's do that. If that's true, then we'll do this. Okay, so this should avoid that pesky error. This should get rid of that pesky error, that access none error that we were getting. this stuff over here. Goodness. So crowded. Let's do that. There we go. That makes more sense. Huh. There's no fixing that blue wire, I think. It's just kind of going all over the place, but for now I think I'm gonna leave that. Oh gosh, it's hilarious how ugly this is. Okay, come in here, you come in here. That's better at least. That's an improvement. Oh man. Okay, so this should get rid of that excess down there. Let's see if it actually works. That still works. Let's see, pick it up, look down. Yeah, okay. That looks good. Very nice. Yeah, see, now it's just not even making it past that is valid check. But it is if I do this. Cool. Very nice. Much better. Much better. But can I pick this guy up? No, that still doesn't work. And I think I know why. When I try to pick up that second flipper, is what I'm calling these little guys for now, that lives in the alternate universe by default, when I try to pick that up, I notice that this boolean is just getting toggled. It's going through here, it's going through all this code, and it's setting that to true. Coming through here, it's setting it to false. It's just doing, I don't know why. Well, actually, let's see how far this gets. Let's see how far that code gets, because that'll be helpful in tracking down the cause of this. Okay, so now it's not toggling it. Interesting. It was before. Ah, see, I can still pick this up even though it's in the other universe. That's not right. Not right at all. Okay. Now it is being toggled. Very strange. Why? Why now? And... it makes it through the entire script. Even though I'm not holding it. It does the whole detach, set actor location, it does all of that. That's weird, so not a lot of insight there, not what I was expecting. Might have something to do with this script here. What I'm using, you know, okay, so when this gets called, which is happening right here. When that gets called, then oh, I should be looking at this script. Let's take a look at that. Oops, what did I do? Accidentally switched to unlit mode there. Okay, we want to monitor flipper 2. Let's monitor flipper 1 for comparison. Interesting. Okay, I think I see what's going on. This guy lives in the alternate universe by default, and so I don't know why I did it this way. I guess maybe just I was kind of rushing through this, but I'm checking here. I'm only doing this attachment code here, attaching it, like, you know, picking it up. I'm only doing that if it lives in the original universe. That's why that was happening. But does that explain why I can still pick up that one when I'm not in the original universe? I'm going to figure that out next. First, let's take care of this guy. I need to be able to pick up that guy because I haven't been able to pick it up at all. And now I know why. Okay. How to go about doing this? So when I use this object, I know what I should be doing. I should be checking the player's current universe. That's what should be happening here. Okay, so let's cast earlier here. Oh, I don't need that. There we go. So I have this variable in the player, get current universe. Let's compare that equal the home universe of this object. And let's only try to attach it to the player if that's true. Did I just get quieter? Testing. Weird. Yes, okay. I think that should address the issue. Here, let me drag that back into place. Okay, so now, instead of just like, instead of running it only if the home universe is the original universe, now we're gonna just check what universe is the player in, and is that the same one? We're basically saying, like, is the player in the same universe as this flipper object? And then we're only gonna try to pick it up if that's true. So that, I think, should work. Okay, I can still pick that up. I cannot pick it up now. Sweet. Aha! Yes, that's what I want. Oh, awesome. But can I still successfully pick it up? Switch its universe. Put it down. Can I still pick it up? I can't. Okay, this is a problem. Something's wrong. That's weird. Something's up. What's going on? Okay. Hold on. Okay. Alright, looks like I need to check to make sure that the home universe is actually properly being changed here. Sounds like I'm getting quieter. What's going on? Okay. Wow, what a difference. Okay, so I switched to my backup microphone. This is like the mic that's built into my webcam because my main microphone seems to be dying, unfortunately. Very problematic. But let me know. You're transcribing my microphone troubleshooting. Wow, so loving. Yeah, so let me know if it's too loud, if I sound okay. I'm not used to using this microphone. So, yeah, let me know if there's any problems, if it's too loud, and I will adjust it as needed. And for now, let's just get back to what we were doing. So, I want to make sure that, oh, I want to just print out that value actually. I want to know, like, whenever I switch, I want to print this value. Actually, wait, Is that what I want to do? Yeah, I think so. Oh, whoops. No clean way to do that. Okay. Okay, that's working correctly. This is so messed up. What's going on? Doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like it's recognizing that I'm changing the universe, the home universe of the object, which is problematic. Why wouldn't it recognize that?
I'm setting it here. Am I setting the right value? Yeah? Okay, what the heck is going on here? Let's find out. Oh, wrong. I am checking the wrong property. What have I done? Why do I have two? Okay, what am I doing with this, I wonder? I see. Unused. Okay, so what I really want is to get the phasing component and get that home universe. I should probably change this because they have the same name, but they're not changed at the same time. Let's try that. Okay, looking good. Puts down. I can pick it up. Can I pick this guy up? I can. Okay, I think I fixed it. Cool, cool, cool. Can't use either of them. Good. Okay, now let me see if I can pick this up. I still can. Switch the universe of it. Can't pick it up there. I can pick that up. All right, this is looking promising. Cool. Now we're getting somewhere. Hey, Monquo, welcome. All right. Perfect, we're making good progress here. All right. Malfoy, you may have to refresh my memory. I don't recognize your screen name. But if you tell me, I did just start streaming again after quite a few months. Okay, that is squared away. This is looking good. Ah, you're the other Nick in Portland that was hanging out with us. Awesome. Well, good to see you again. How have you been? Have you been watching William's stream since then? Because he's been making some really cool progress on that game. It looks great. Tired? Oh boy. Long day, perhaps? Let's see. Yes, this is good. Okay. Oh, okay. If you follow him on Twitter, he's still obviously you're not going to get all the detail you get on the stream, but he still posts a lot of pretty cool screenshots and stuff like that. And usually some funny stuff too. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Where'd it go? I thought my code was set up to only drop the object if there was something within 500 units below me. That was a static mesh, and well, it's gone. I don't know where it went. Interesting. Oh, I see. It seems to have teleported to the center of the world. What are you doing over here? Why is it doing that? Get actor location. Oh boy. Why is this happening? Yeah, let's see, why is that happening? I'm getting the actor location, minus 500 in Z, so down below, 500 units below the object. It's doing that trace. Ignore self. Trace complex. I'm gonna turn on the little debug visualizer for that. I wanna see what it looks like. So that's as expected. There's the line. What happens if I do this? Oh wow, the line goes... Oh, okay, well 500 units is pretty far. But still, there's no static mesh there, so why... It's tracing for static meshes. It doesn't hit something successfully, but it's still... Ah, okay. I'm not really checking. That's why I'm a silly person like that. So... Let me make some more room in my ever-crowded graph here. I cannot wait. It's going to be so satisfying to clean this up. Whoops. No. Alright. Let's maybe only drop it like we're supposed to. I thought I was already doing this, but I guess not. Only drop it if we actually return a value here, if we hit what we expect to hit. So now if I don't have a static mesh, you know, a surface at least 500, at most 500 units below the object, then it shouldn't drop it. Yeah, okay, that's... Oh wait a minute. I still dropped it, but it's like floating in the air. How interesting. So it just kind of hangs out there. Hi. Just floating. Why is it doing that? Why is it floating? I thought it would just not drop it. Oh. Wait a sec. I'm still detaching it, that's why. Oh, I'm a fool. I should probably be doing this detachment after the line trace. That makes a lot more sense. What the heck was I thinking? Okay, let's bring that up there temporarily. Gonna have to move all this stuff. Move it over like so. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, Nick, it is a dimension swapping puzzle platformer. That's exactly what kind of game it is. I'll show you in a sec. I'll give you a quick little demo of the core mechanic so you can kind of get an idea of what's going on. Okay, you guys come over here. You guys come down here. Okay, so now I should just keep holding it if that check doesn't pass. So that still works. I come over here. Ah, yes, still holding on to the object. Good. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so Nick, Makwa, Nick, not me. Not talking to myself, I promise. So this is like my demo, like my sandbox level that I use just to kind of play with. I usually use this for designing mechanics and stuff, kind of away from the levels of the actual game. But this is a pretty good simple example right here. You see these 4 platforms, but 2 of them are in the alternate universe. And I can't interact with them while I'm in the original universe. I just fall through them. But if I switch to the other dimension, I can land on them and navigate through the space as such. So that's the core mechanic that drives all the puzzles in the game. See, I can't make this jump unless I switch to the alternate universe, land on this, and then jump up and switch again. Also, I have random teleporters in my level. But yeah, that's for another thing. So yeah, all the puzzles are based around that at the core, and then what I'm working on today, what I'm prototyping over here, is an idea I had for a new mechanic to build on top of that as an extra layer. These objects, I'm calling them flippers for now, just kind of a placeholder name, because these are special objects. Well, first of all, this is the first object I've made that you can pick up and walk around with it and then put it down. But what makes these special is, you see this one here is here with me in the original universe, and this one is over in the alternate universe, so I can't interact with it unless I switch to the alternate universe, but then I can't interact with this original one. But this object is special because if I pick it up while I'm holding it, if I switch universes, it comes with me. It now lives in this alternate universe. I can switch back and forth and it always comes with me. And if I drop it, well then it stays in that universe. I can change which universe that object lives in. So I thought it'd be a really cool idea for a new mechanic to kind of add a little extra layer on top of the core mechanic for making some more difficult, more complex and interesting puzzles later on. And I have kind of a basic idea for a prototype puzzle to test this with, but I've been focusing on making this object work first, scripting the behavior for it, making sure that I can actually do what I need to do with it, switch universes and drop it and have it work that way before I actually make a puzzle for it. But I'm getting pretty close. It's looking good. It feels pretty good. I mean, obviously, I don't have any fancy animation or anything like that. That'll come much later on, once the gameplay feels good. But okay, I think I've worked out all the issues I had today with this, so I think I might move on to prototyping the actual puzzle, setting up a puzzle to test this with, which is super fun. That's exciting. Can still pick this one up, move it around. I wonder if I could set it down. Oh, I can't, because this isn't a static mesh, it's a phasable object. But can I set it down over here? I can't. Well, this is interesting. I have found another bug. Let's see if I can replicate that reliably. So the green highlight is still popping up so I can see that I can interact with this object. What's going on over here? Why do I stop being able to interact with it?
It's no good.
That's interesting. How weird. There's like a certain... Oh, interesting. Huh. When I walk through checkpoints holding a flipper, it becomes an unusable... It's no longer a usable object, so that's why the code breaks. I can tell because the highlight is going away whenever I'm inside of one of those checkpoint volumes. That's weird. Should probably fix that. What a strange interaction. I wonder what's going on there. I guess because it's overlapping the checkpoint, and so it's not... Let's go look. The way I'm tracing for my usable actor, making sure that I'm looking at an actor I can interact with. Why? Okay, get usable actor. Let's visualize this trace. I love that these trace nodes have this visualizer where you can see the line that the ray that gets cast out into the world. Also, you can make some really cool patterns with it. In this case, I like to kind of dance around the level and just almost looks like a sound wave or something. All right, so I can see that hit. Let's pick it up. Okay, looking good. It's not working here either. Oh. I think it's anything that has like an overlap event. Because it's also not working inside of the radius of the eyeball blueprint. Yeah, the trace isn't working inside of... Huh. When I'm inside of it, the trace is like immediately... Well, now it's not even visible. I can't even see the trace. How weird. Yeah, Malko, that's kind of... I think that's what's going on. Because you can see right here, the raycast is hitting the object in front of me, the usable object, but when it's overlapping this... Here, let me, whoops, I died. Let's see, let me grab this one again. So... Let's see, show collision. There we go. So now you can kind of see that big sphere in the sky. That's the radius of that. I got this nifty eyeball blueprint over here. This actor with this big eye that kind of like follows you around and stares at you. But you can see it has this kind of sphere around it. But I'm noticing that inside of that sphere, trace is like, it's passing, the trace is passing right away. Like at the first pixel, at the first unit, at the start of the raycast, it's like already turning green, like, yeah, I hit something. But it's not hitting a usable actor, so why would it do that, I wonder? So interesting. It should only turn green if it's hitting the right thing. At least I thought so. Maybe it turns green if it hits anything, if it makes this a hit. But it's looking for... Oh. It works on static, dynamic, and physics bodies. Maybe it should... Well, no, that makes sense. Because a usable object could be something like what I have now, a thing that I can pick up. Actually, I set the physics body thing earlier because I was originally going to make that usable actor a physics body, and I decided not to for now. I think I'm going to remove that for now. But okay, so static and dynamic. What is this classified as? Let's open that blueprint and take a look at the line of sight radius. This is just a sphere collision component, and it is set to overlap all dynamic. It's a world dynamic object type. Oh, so interesting. So that is technically valid. It's a world dynamic object type. That's all it seems to care about. But well, I feel like that's probably just a flaw in the way I originally coded the usable actor behavior, because it should really only be looking for actors that we have designated as things that you can interact with, like buttons you can push and things you can pick up, not just whether they're static or dynamic. So maybe we should have like a custom object type then, and then you'd have to set that in the collision for every usable actor we made. I guess it wouldn't be too big of a deal. You'd have to come in here, come into your collision, set object type. Yeah, okay, you know what, let's try that. Usable. Alright, so now if I come up here and I change the collision, or no, I shouldn't have to edit the object. What I should do is come here, remove all these, well, except for the last one, set that to usable, and then come to this guy and set this one to have custom collision, object type, usable. Okay. Let's try that. Alright, so that trace is working. Let's come over here. Cool, no longer breaking while I'm inside the radius of that eye. How about checkpoints? Ah, perfect. Alright, yeah, that fixes it, at least for now. I love that I can kind of like draw little squiggly pictures with these trace indicators. Whoop. Oh, now there's something I need to fix. I'm finding a lot of interesting bugs to fix today. Since oh wow. How am I even gonna fix that? Since I'm only tracing for static meshes, when I try to set down my flipper, I set it down. I tried to set it down on top of a phasable object, and the trace went through that, since that's not a static mesh, and it hit a static mesh that the phasable object is sitting on top of, and it placed it on that. So now this flipper is inside. It's inside of it, but it's in the same universe, so I can't get to it. Yeah. Oops.
It's no good. Can't do it.
That's hilarious. But this is great though. These are the kind of things that you only find, the kind of bugs you only find if you play around and you try things. Okay, so how do I address that? This ought to be interesting. Well, right now, well, for quite a while, it's just been, we just kind of let the engine do its thing, but that was leading to a lot of problems where a lot of the, sometimes it would eject you from the mesh automatically and kind of just put you on the outside of the mesh when you switch universes, but there were quite a few instances where you would you would switch to the other universe while inside of an object that is in that other universe, and you would stay in place and you'd get stuck, and then you'd have to switch universes again and move out of the way. Now it's kind of frustrating. So right now I am prototyping. This is not in a playable build yet, but right now I'm doing this. I am doing a check for where, you know, if you're inside of that space, then
It's no good. It's no good. Can't do it. No good.
it doesn't. I have a steady placeholder sound, but
It's no good. Can't
it
do it.
doesn't let you phase. So right now with what I'm prototyping here is that you can only phase to the in and out of the alternate universe if you're not overlapping the space that an object would take up. Haven't gotten any feedback on this from backers or people playing it, because it's, again, this isn't in a playable build yet. It's pretty new, but I am actually really excited to see if it improves the gameplay overall, or if maybe some new problems will crop up and maybe we won't want to do this. So
It's no good.
it'll be really interesting to see how it affects the game. But I'm fairly confident that it'll be more helpful than harmful. Okay, now that I fixed that trace issue, I should turn that trace visualizer off, because it's a little annoying after a while. Okay, so what was I doing? Ah, yes. When I try to set down that object, that flipper, where are you? Here it is. Alright, so when I set that thing down, I'm checking for static meshes. I should probably check for any sort of surface. So you know what, let's add... Well, let's at least add blinkable for now. Let's see. Okay, so that works. Cool. Oh. I wonder what happens if I do this. Oh, good, the trace doesn't work. Oh wait, actually it does. Oh boy. Oh boy. There's all sorts of interesting issues cropping up with just by being able to hold an object that can switch universes with me.
Can't do it. It's no good. No good. Can't do it.
The way I have it set up now, I found another way to put a phaseable object inside of another one. Because the trace is passing, it's just putting it right there in place instead of on the ground. Yeah. Okay, so what I should do in that case, I think, is when I'm inside of an object and when I'm inside of a phaseable object and I can't phase, if I can't phase, I shouldn't be able to put that object down.
Or it should just drop a free
What do you should do what? Oh, okay. I'll ignore the idea. That idea that I didn't hear. What idea? I didn't hear anything. Okay, so How should I approach this then? I think for now what I'll probably do is just make it so you can't. I don't know if this will stick, but I think maybe for now I'll just make it so you cannot drop this object when you're inside of the space that would be occupied by another. If you can't phase, if you can't go in and out of the alternate universe, then you should not be able to put down this object, I think. I don't know if that makes sense, but mechanically, right, for now, I think it'll help for testing purposes. If it ends up making, like, no sense and being weird, then I'll just change it later and fix it, but... So let's see, Alright, good, I have that. Am I still setting that going? I hope so. I don't think I am. Let's find out. Yeah, I'm not even using that.
It's no good.
How am I doing that then? How did I already forget how I was doing that? Ah, I see. Let's try that.
Can't do it.
No good.
Can't do it. No good. It's no good. Can't do it. It's no good.
No good.
Can't do it.
Okay. Looking good. Let's go pick up that flipper again. Oh wait, I didn't. I don't think I set that up. Oh boy. Alright, so I'll do it here. I'll do an and check. Get that value. Are we overlapping a phased actor? I'll plug that in. Oh, actually. Man, I don't know what that is. I think that's what I want. If this is a valid object. And we are not overlapping a phase actor. Is that the only way to do that? That makes more sense. So, if it's a valid, usable actor, and we are not overlapping a phased out object, then this will pass. This too shall pass. Okay. Let's give it a shot. Okay, there we go. Nope. Not working. Oh, I see why. I shouldn't be doing that there. Whoa, I just went way out into space. What the heck? Why is it doing that? Okay, so oh, yeah. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, okay, there we go. Whoops, nope, that didn't quite work. Oh, yeah, that's good enough for now. I'm pretty happy with that. That's normal. This guy doesn't have any collision. It's just there as a reference for scale, so I can see how big I am. Alright, cool. That seems pretty good. All right. Well, next thing on the list would be to start prototyping an actual puzzle to test this mechanic with. Um, all right. I've got a sketch. Oh wait, what's going on here? There we go. All right, so here's my sketch for the puzzle. I've got notes. Let's see. Hmm. Yes, okay. Now I understand how this works. So the idea is, let's say this blue world, this is like the original universe. And let's say that my little flipper object, it is sitting in this little slot, like a little pedestal thing. And as long as it's in there, this bridge here exists. It's like powering that bridge. If I pick this up out of that slot, then this bridge goes away. Like that. And the idea is I can't get across here. So what I have to do is switch to the other universe, which makes... Oops, why are these separate objects? Oh goodness. I see what I did wrong. Okay, so I switch to the other universe, and if I place it in that slot here, so that powers that bridge, and then I can get across. Okay. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's see if we can prototype this. Probably gonna stop soon. almost dinner time. But I think I'm gonna at least get this started. Hmm? Food is not for weaklings. Food is an essential part of life. Food is too delicious to pass up on. Alright, let's see. So we have to build a slot that I can put this in, that I can just fit this flipper into. And in this case, I should probably, it's funny, I did all that work to make sure that I could set the flipper down on surfaces. But in practice, if a puzzle like this works, well, I guess it doesn't matter either way. I could just still set it down on other things, but if I set it down in that slot, then it needs to turn on that bridge. And then I need a bridge so that'd be a special kind of actor too. There'd be a new kind of phasable object that only exists at all in either universe if it's kind of turned on by this flipper object being in its slot. So this will be interesting. I don't think I've ever done anything quite like this before. Okay, so first of all, let's make our space for testing this out. I'm gonna say maybe just knock out one of these walls. I think I'll just knock out this whole side and then copy these guys over. Mirror them. There we go. All right, cool. Yeah, I will do that. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna need another platform. Let's just drag a new phasable object into here. Oops. Make it long enough that you definitely can't make that jump. That seems good enough. All right. Now let's create a platform over here to put those slots on. Guess I'll rotate this. I want this to be bigger. Let's move this out. Oh, doesn't even need to be that big. Yeah, that seems pretty good. And then there we go. Actually, I'll rotate this just so it looks a little different, you know. It can be a better visual. A better visual cue that's kind of like your goal. Okay. Actually, speaking of visual cues, let's grab a wall. Let's give it a wall. At least one. This is kind of cool too, actually. This actually works out. I got a little hole here you can see, like, you can't get over there, but you can see, oh, I want to get over there. That looks interesting. It doesn't look very interesting now, but hey, it's just a prototype. It's just a prototype. Just imagine that there's something really cool over there, like, that you want. Like a cheeseburger. Okay, well, it could be a chicken sandwich if you want.
No.
Ice cream? Cookies, maybe. Or my pancakes that taste like crepes. Okay, that looks good to me. Now, we need a couple things. We need to make that pedestal, the slot actor. And then we need to make a subclass. Well, another subclass for a phasal object that can be powered by that can disappear when it's not turned on, so to speak. So these are just here for placeholders, so I know the size and kind of look of the bridges. But okay, so let's see. EP blinkable, create child class. We'll just call this I can call it a vanisher. Since I'm just prototyping it with bridges for now, though, I'm just gonna call it a blinkable bridge. And then grab the dimensions of this. What is this? 1, 4, 2. Should carry over. I can just do this. That way it'll just be the right size by default. Replace with blinkable bridge. Yeah, did that work? Oh, sweet. Cool. Let's replace this one too. Perfect. Okay, so think, okay, so let's make the other class too. Create child class. Create underscore visible. We don't call it a power station or something. Bridge master. How about that? Or control. Bridge control. Bridge control. I like master better. That sounds kind of interesting. The bridge master.
You shall.
Okay, so the bridge master. This neat thing. This is only a prototype. Let's make this look different regardless. What do we got here? Let's do that. And then we'll give it this metal material. That's a little plain, but obvious though. I might do that. Oof, too bright. Huh. Whoa. That material just looks really weird on this object. Crazy. Ooh. Or force field material, that could look kind of neat. Anyways, I'm just getting way carried away with this. I'm gonna make it black, I think. And then we will drag that out here. Kind of stick this over here. Okay. That should be nice, right? Yeah, cool. So I'll drag this one over here. We'll put this one in the alternate universe. Alright, let's go see what that feels like. Hey, these still have... Oh, I know why. Forgot about that. Oh, that's okay.
It's no good.
Oh, these are actually taller than I wanted them to be. I should place one of these over here. Oh, that was weird. Let's put one of these on top of the pedestal so I can get a better idea of scale. Yeah, okay, looks good. Well, a little tall. Yeah, so that looks good size-wise, with in X and Y, but I think I'm gonna make them shorter. A little too tall. There we go, that looks decent. Still a little tall, honestly. But don't want to make it too short. Let's try 1.3. Yeah, okay. Let's see how this feels. I'm gonna grab one of these, run up to that. Oh, it's intersecting with it actually. Oh, yeah, that actually kind of works. Yeah, why not? Okay, cool. So, that one's staying in the original universe. This one goes to the alternate universe. Oh, thank you. I got a drink. Oh. Thanks. A drink and a cookie. I made butter cookies last night. First time. I think they turned out pretty good. Oh, I'll leave that. All right, so now, let's see. So I only want this to be visible if there is, oh yeah, let's make a slot. We need a little slot just to put in. I just think I might just make it a scene component because I don't need it to be visible right now. Flipper slot, let's say. Actually, 1 second. I will be right back. Alright. I have returned. So... Alright, where were we? To the bridge. Let's add a variable to that really quick. He is enabled, perhaps? Actually, for something that simple, we may not even need a variable. Oh, interesting. I wonder. I think instead I might want to, I might need to edit the actual phasing component for this. So let's take a look. Don't want that. Okay. Let's create a new variable here then. Excuse me. Phase. Maybe I shouldn't be doing these two together. Maybe instead I should actually, first of all, let's delete that new bool. I may not need it. Can maybe just make use of this can phase. Yeah. Okay, so let's check this first. Can this actor phase or not? If it can, let's just do B. Let's call that B is enabled instead. That seems clearer, like a clearer purpose. And then if it is enabled, then we're gonna check which universe it's in, basically. Oh, well. Destination universe. That works. It's a little ugly at this point, but oh well. We'll figure that out later. For now, if we can't phase, I guess we could just still do nothing. And then let's come down back to our bridge. And now I think what I'll do is add a custom event, or actually maybe I'll do an event dispatcher from here. Well, no, that doesn't make any sense because this is only going to talk to this bridge, not a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, let's do custom event, enable bridge. I'll do another one, disable bridge. And so if we enable it, then we're going to do this. Ah, this one's not straight. That sucks. Oh well. Okay. Now, if we come over to the Bridge Master, that's already a fun name that's growing on me. Okay, so here, we got a flipper slot. Oh, I need to position that. Doesn't do any good if it's not in the right place. I think I'll put it there. Well, it depends on the pivot I think. What's the pivot of my the flipper object, I wonder? Is it centered? Oh no, it's kind of at the bottom. Okay, so yeah, I'll leave it like that. It'll just be kind of the sphere will kind of be floating above the pedestal. That'll work. We'll do that. Okay, so don't need the construction script, I don't think. So I want to walk up to this Bridge Master, this pedestal, and I want to be able to only if I'm within a certain area, if I'm near it, then set it on the pedestal and it'll kind of lock into place and enable the bridge. And if I pick it up from there, then it should disable the bridge. At this point, I'm realizing the flipper is maybe not a good name for this. Unless it's used for other things. I want to name it to. Hey, Seto-kun, greetings to you too. How are you doing? I think I'll leave it for now. Okay, back to this. So, if I want to walk up to this and place an object on there, I think I'm going to want a volume. Oh, you're going to bed. All right. Well, I guess I'll see you some other time then. But thanks for stopping by and saying hello. Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming quite a bit more often. I'm streaming the development of my game now, and I'm planning to do it a few times a week. So it should be fun. Should be a lot of fun. Maybe I want to put a volume. Yeah, I think I will. At least for the prototype. Let's call this trigger area. Oh. Not like super familiar with it, but I have played with it. I have a project where I'm like a side project where I'm making a synthesizer using the new audio engine. It's really cool. It's very powerful stuff. I haven't really used it for anything other than that, so I haven't played much with Steam Audio or the new reverb and occlusion stuff. But mostly I've been playing with the modular synthesis plugin. Yeah, I am planning to use the new. I want to take advantage of the new audio engine for this game. I love the idea of being able to drive more audio properties through the blueprints, like kind of having like generating sound in the engine. Is just that's really cool. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I definitely want to use it in this game. I think it'll help create a richer soundtrack. Alright, so... Yeah, it's always hard to find time, right? It's always difficult to find time to learn something new. Let's see, what is... Ah, perfect. Cool. That looks pretty good. So let's say oops, that's not what I wanted. Oh, yeah, Settlekun, I will. Whenever I get into using the new audio stuff in this game, I will definitely stream that. Definitely. I'm really excited to make good use of it. I mean, it's been so many years waiting for a new audio engine or any significant audio engine improvements to Unreal. It's had that same old engine for so long, and so I was really excited when I heard about Aaron's work building something brand new, you know, from scratch. It's modern. It's got way more interesting features. The synthesis stuff is just really, really exciting, and it's got really good platform support too. And it'll be a lot easier for him and whatever other people they hire to work on the audio stuff. I think audio and Dan, there's a guy named Dan working on it too. It'll be a lot easier for them to add new features to it now, because they've got this nice foundation that it will be kind of the same across all the different platforms, instead of having to rewrite everything for iOS, Android, desktop. Frustrating. I'm not using Restream, I just do Twitch right now, so that's all. Restream sounds kind of interesting, but I might check it out at some point, but for now I'm fine focusing on just Twitch. Especially because I don't think you can use Restream if you are a Twitch affiliate or partner, and I am interested in making affiliate or partner, so at least affiliates. Partner sounds kind of crazy, I don't know if I could ever do that, but I am on my way to affiliate status, and if I do that, I think they require that your streams remain exclusive to Twitch. I could be wrong about that though, but I think last time I looked into that, that was the rule. Maybe that was for partners. I don't know if it's the same for affiliates. Okay, so just really quick, I want to do a test. Oh, no, cast. We're gonna cast to my little flipper. Just want to fully test the validity of this little trigger area I've got. We will say, oh look, a flipper. When I end overlap, the flipper is gone. I am sad. Okay, let's check this out. See if I can. That's not working just yet. Wonder why. Let's do this. Let's print a message if that cast fails, so we can see if that's what's happening. Oops. There we go. Oh, you know what? I wonder if it's because I'm attaching that flipper actor to the player. So I wonder if I attach it to the player, maybe it's because Maybe once I do that now, it's considered part of the player. Maybe that's what's going on. Let's find out. I'll cast this to my character, and we'll see what's up. Oops. Still nothing. That's weird. Maybe it is just a collision issue. Maybe I just never... Maybe this is like set to overlap or something. No, I mean, collision does work on this sphere. I can walk up to it and bump into it. Oh, yeah, overlap events is checked on too, so that should be working. Oh wait. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Interesting. Well. Well, I'm doing something wrong here. Where is... Oh, you know what? Maybe this guy. No, overlap all dynamic. Oh, I see. It's not doing overlap stuff for the usable objects. And I believe this is a usable... Yeah, it is. Okay, I think that's what's going on. So we'll set this to custom. We'll come down here, do overlap for usable. Actually, does this really need to block anything else? I'm gonna set that to overlap, just pure overlap. Actually, yeah, let's just overlap all dynamic. Why was that even... That's weird. Oh, because those three custom object types of mine, they're blocked by default. That's what's going on there. So we'll do that. Set those to overlap. Let's come back over here. Okay. I think this is what's going on. Actually, we don't even need the other ones. I'll just print a message on overlap. Yeah, there we go. That's what was going on. Cool. Perfect. That's what I wanted. Alright. Let's, okay. Get rid of those debug messages. Don't really need that anymore. Let's plug in this other cast. Okay. So, when I overlap it, if I press the E key, then I want to lock that sphere, attach it to the to my little slot point here. So, okay, so let's go back to the usable actor stuff. When I'm pressing the E key. Okay, this is where I'm starting to get to the point where I think I should use an interface or an event dispatcher for usable objects, because they're all kind of different. You do not need bones to make sockets. In fact, you don't even need a socket on a static mesh. You could add a socket to the actual static mesh, but you can. What I do, especially if I'm just prototyping something quickly, I will come in here and do what I did here, which is, this is just a scene component. It's basically just a transform with no rendering, you know, and it's sitting there and you can move it around. So that's what I'm doing this time. It's good for quickly setting up prototypes, I find. Oh, where was I? Here we go. Okay, so... let's see. Ugh. This is like the worst blueprint I've ever done. Well, I don't know about ever, but this is pretty bad. This is what happens when I prototype stuff quickly. Just kind of, it's like a spaghetti. It's a mess. I can't wait to clean it up. Let's see. Where should I do this? I should probably... oh yeah, you know what? I'm gonna use an event dispatcher for now, just because that's what I like to use usually, and I just want to move forward and prototype this. So let's see. Let's call it. I'll just call it interaction requested. Not the greatest name for now, but it'll work. UE4 community is like the Pastafarian Brotherhood. Yeah. Blueprint. Anyone who writes blueprint scripts, and it's Pastafarians all the way. Oh gosh. I don't know how much longer I can last. Leaving it all messy like this. Actually, let's just call this right at the beginning. Let's do that. Quick and dirty, as my prototypes tend to be. So now, oh wait. Oh, if I do that, then how am I going to get a reference to the player? Oh, I know what I can do. More casting. This is not the best thing, but it'll do. I'm gonna make that pure. Wait, maybe I won't. No, I am. I pretty much know that that's gonna be the player. Oh wait, you know what? Yeah, I do. Oh wait, why would I do that? Why would I do that? That's silly. Let's just do event begin play. And we'll get the player character. Let's get the player character reference once on begin play. That makes a lot more sense. Then we're not casting into and getting that new reference every single time that this runs. So, promote to variable, player reference. I'll just call it player. I don't need to call it player reference. Cool. There we go. Okay, so now we can just do this. We can just do bind event to interaction requested. Okay. I'll add our custom event. Attach flipper. Right. And that will do, this is gonna get pretty messy, I gotta say. Excuse me. So, let's get a reference to that slot. Attach. Oh, you know what? Probably gonna do this. Hey, how was I doing it over here? Where? Ah. Okay. I see what I'm doing here. Ugh, it's gonna be so ugly. At least we can add a reroute node to clean it up a little bit. This is gonna need more room. Okay, that's the parent right there. We'll do this. And then I think what I'll do is bridge reference. Bridge, what do I call it? Controlled bridge? Or slave bridge. Bridge to control. Yeah, I'll do that. And then we'll say bridge, BP linkable bridge, object reference. Make that public. Then I can come in here and say, which one is this? Let's call that bridge 1. And let's call this bridge 2. I can come to this guy and say bridge to control. I want that one to control bridge 1, and this one to control bridge 2. Where am I? Okay, here we go. So now we can get a reference to that bridge, and we can enable it. Oop, I'm gonna need a boolean. B slot is occupied, because I don't want to be able to bring another flipper over to the and put it in there if there's already one there. So let's do this. We'll set it to true when the bridge is enabled. Oh, but how do I, but I want this to have something plugged into it by default. So I might need to do this a little differently. I didn't think of that. do that, I wonder?
Having your master data.
Let's see. Uh, figured. Not what I expected. Whoa. What happened to this poor thing? Okay, this is not good. You went about that the wrong way. For sure. I'm gonna turn off the mic while she's cooking so the noise doesn't bother you guys. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna start wrapping this up for tonight. We did make some good progress today. We got these flippers working pretty great. And I mean, I'm really excited about prototyping this puzzle. Just need to work out a few issues with the Bridge Master actor before I can get this going, finish it up. But I think I'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'll finish this up tomorrow. I'll stream again when I do that. Probably in the afternoon, like around 2 or 3 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. That's what I'm aiming for. But yeah, this is a good day. I'm gonna quit now. Gonna have dinner soon, and then I'll come back to this tomorrow with a fresh mind. So thanks a lot to everybody who tuned in. Really appreciate it. Always fun to talk to you guys. Seto-kun, it was nice seeing you again. You take care too. Hopefully you have a good rest of your weekend. And thanks again. I will see you guys tomorrow.